What's up, guys? Welcome back to Blake's Takes. Quick episode today. Actually, we're going to be talking about the halfway mark of The Boys.
Very excited for the rest of the season. First half has been great so far.
Great. So if you aren't familiar with The Boys, this review will be pretty explicit then and gruesome and very descriptive because that's how The Boys is.
Yeah, absolutely. Like if you're not down to watch The Boys, then just don't be here for this review.
Yeah.
I mean, I swear, like whether it's, sex, blood and gore,
Nudity.
just like nudity,
Yeah.
freaking, language. I mean, I swear we hear the word cunt like every 5 seconds in this show.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just all around rated R.
Yeah. So, if you aren't familiar with that kind of stuff, this is going to be pretty explicit episode. And obviously spoiler warning ahead if you haven't seen The Boys already.
If you haven't, get out of here, go watch it right now because it's amazing.
It is amazing. It is a show you will want to binge watch after you get hooked on it.
First 4 episodes are released on Amazon Prime Video right now.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, season 3 of The Boys, we have 4 episodes down and 4 left to go. My first reaction to this season so far is just instinctively wanting to talk about Homelander.
Honestly, this entire season so far has been like mainly about Homelander.
It has been
like,
a lot.
It really has because like it's really determining like his fate. Is he gonna get killed? Is he gonna finally go off the rails and just become the freaking murdering psychopath that he already is? But just show that to the rest of the world. The final point though is Homelander cannot stay. Like where it is. It's either he's gonna win and become ruler supreme, or he's gonna get killed. Like it's one of those two options.
Yeah, because the first 2 seasons it felt like leading up to Homelander becoming the villain and diving deeper into his character as to where, you saw him do a bunch of terrible shit in those first 2 seasons.
I mean, but he's always kind of been the villain.
He has, he's been teeter-tottering on like, what his mindset is on this whole, Soups and Vought perspective. And now in season 3, he has his fucking mind made up.
Yeah. No, he knows what he wants.
He knows what he wants, and he knows no one can stop him now.
Exactly. And, so he's always been limited by the way he thinks.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, really, like, what's his name?
Stan Edgar.
Stan Edgar.
It's a weird name.
Yeah, it is. But, so Stan Edgar in the show has been, the CEO of Vought and everything.
Yeah.
And he's just been able to keep, like, Homelander under his thumb.
Yeah.
He is like the one dude in the world who will say exactly what he's thinking to Homelander. Does not give a shit that he could murder him in 0.2 seconds.
Yeah.
Does not care. Will tell him exactly what he's thinking. And I think it's just this like level of confidence that he has around him, and this power that he has like with money and influence and everything, that is just like always had this intimidation over Homelander, and has kind of kept him tame and from just going berserk.
Yes.
And but finally that thumb has been lifted, and now we have no idea. Actually, was it in the last episode that we saw, episode 4? Yeah. So episode 4, we finally see that thumb finally get lifted, and now Homelander's the main man of Vought. And now we just have no idea what he's going to do with that.
We don't. And that goes back to Giancarlo Esposito always being able to play these common collective villains that are just always one step ahead with their wits, with, their brain.
Like, honestly, every, Giancarlo Esposito is not a big guy at all.
No.
Like he's he's so physically unintimidating.
No, it's funny because when I went to MegaCon, he was one of the celebrities that were there.
Yeah.
And I got a good look at him, and man, he just plays like these just intimidating villains, but like you said, he is not a tall guy at all.
No.
He doesn't look intimidating in real life.
No, it's just this demeanor that he has.
But when he starts acting and he has this stare.
Yes, he does have a very good stare and this like straight blank face that, it just like
locks you in.
It freaking strikes fear into you.
It does.
And, he speaks so intelligently when he talks that it just makes you think like, wow, this guy could outwit the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Like there's no way I could be 10 steps ahead of this guy because he's already 15 steps ahead. Like,
but now we are starting to see Homelander get a few steps ahead.
Yeah.
Like with
when he had
Newman or
Victoria Newman.
Yeah.
When he had Victoria Newman at the press conference turn on Stan Edgar instead of, it was originally supposed to be like she was just supposed to do like a little thing saying how Homelander's not above the law and was gonna get charged like these little things just as a little reminder, like, hey, you know, you may have all these powers, but you're not above the law. And it was basically like the FCC laws on like what he said on TV.
Right.
But yeah, no. Instead, she just turned on Stan Edgar because I'm assuming because I think Homelander threatened. Yeah, Homelander threatened her.
Oh yeah, for sure,
and that's why.
So yeah, Anthony Starr has played a terrifying villain in Homelander, and honestly, Homelander has become one of my favorite villains that I've ever seen in a movie or TV, and one of the best as well.
Dude, he's a really, really good villain.
Very good villain because he has a very intriguing character to him with, you know, how he was raised and how we've seen his growth. Because, you know, at some points you kind of did feel bad for him. Like, this man grew up in isolation, basically, you know, with no love, no nurturing.
He was raised by scientists in a lab. Like, I mean, I swear, anytime you ever see somebody raised like that, I mean, Jesus, we've seen that in Stranger Things, which, you know, that's being talked about right now, season 4 of that. But, you know, 11, also raised in by scientists in a lab. Does that ever turn out well? No. Like, they need love. They need a parental figure. So you can't just treat them like numbers on a paper.
Right.
And
because like he said in this season, he doesn't even know when his fucking birthday is.
Doesn't even know when his birthday is. It was decided by a marketing team.
Yep.
Jesus. Like, can you imagine just about like everything about your background being fake and you just having to live this fake persona? Like in season 1, we saw that when he was doing the like backstory, like get to know the real Homelander thing. And he was at this fake house, fake room, fake everything. And the only thing that was real was that blanket. And he got pissed. Like, why is this here?
Yeah. No, it is a very intriguing character. And become one of my favorite villains ever, for sure.
But back to you. But him being an amazing bad guy, though. We've talked about it before. The best bad guys are when they dive into their character like this. Yeah. Like, the more screen time they get, the more connection we have to a character, the better the outcome is going to be. And, you know, even if it's not a likable character, it still gives you a lot more
to relate to in a way as well.
And even just a lot more depth.
Yeah, because, you know, we did see that. I mean, just going off of like recent villains, you have Thanos, which Infinity War is basically a Thanos story. So you're able to understand his character more and relate to him more. Loki, we've been able to relate more lately with his show. And those are the better villains that we've gotten over the years.
Exactly.
Okay. I know it's hard not to talk about Homelander, but moving away from him, I am really excited to see more of Jensen Ackles as Soldier Boy in this.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. We finally got our first like actual clip of him in episode 4. Everything else we were seeing like old videos and flashbacks and stuff like that.
A lot of the marketing for season 3 was Soldier Boy.
Yes.
A lot of marketing was Soldier Boy, and you know, he was basically like the Captain America of the 80s. Yeah. You know, he's Vaught's Captain America.
Exactly.
And from what we've seen so far, I don't know. I just have a feeling that Soldier Boy is going to become one of my favorite characters on the show.
Why? I mean, why are you saying that? You don't even know him, bro.
I know. I just have a feeling between what we've seen from like the boys' social media, they posted like extra clips of, you know, him doing like singing 80 ads and whatnot. And I don't know, his character just seems like a douche, funny, but badass, and is going to offer a lot of, hopefully, conflict with Homelander.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the idea. They kept looking, the whole, like, honestly, this whole goal in season 4 so far has been them looking for this super weapon that's going to finally put an end to Homelander. But they in episode 4, they finally make it over to Russia.
Yep. And
they think they found the super weapon, but it turns out Soldier Boy is the super weapon.
We have a little Captain America Winter Soldier moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And okay, but like you said, so you talking about him being a douche and all this,
Yes.
and what I feel like a lot of that in his character might be gone. You know what I mean?
Well, we don't know yet.
No, we don't know. But I mean, clearly he's been through some shit in Russia.
Yes.
You're not going to be that kind of arrogant douchebag anymore. He might be a little bit more serious about his role in life.
Right. But I'm saying that's why I already like him, is because of what we've seen in his past.
Okay.
Even though,
That's probably not what he's going to be like now.
Probably not. We don't know, but I think he will still have like that smart ass demeanor to him in a way.
That's very possible.
Yeah. But and Jensen Ackles was stoked to be on this show.
Who wouldn't be stoked to be on this show?
Yeah.
This show has been so good from day one.
It has. And he was even talking about how he watched season 1 and he absolutely loved it. And then he got the role for season 3. Then he watched season 2 after he got that role, and he was like, damn, I really can't fuck this up because this is amazing.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, that's got to be so awesome to be a part of a project like that where like you see how good it's going and you're like, I got to do so well because I'm not fucking up this good role. Yep. But do you want to start talking about episode 1?
Yeah, I guess let's go back to episode 1.
Let's go back. Let's start with episode 1.
Okay.
So, episode 1, they freaking introduce us to they basically just said, hey, welcome back to the boys.
Yep.
We're going to be gruesome, even more gruesome than you could possibly imagine this time. And the first like blood spill that we see.
Hard not to talk about this scene.
Yeah, like seriously, Jesus Christ. They're basically their version of Ant-Man. I can't remember his name. Termite. Yeah. Basically their version of Ant-Man is at a party. He's snorting cocaine and he's sneezing a little bit.
Termite.
Yeah, Termite. He's snorting cocaine. Makes you sneeze a little bit. And I guess he has a little bit of control with his powers when he sneezes.
Yes.
Because he's crawling in his boyfriend's dick.
Yes.
Because he's so tiny, he's crawling in his urethra.
For pleasure.
Yeah, for pleasure. Can't even imagine how that feels good. But crawling in there. And he sneezes when he's like, I think when he's like right at the base of his dick.
God.
And splits his boyfriend in half.
Oh, God.
As he grows back to normal size.
Welcome back to the boys.
Jesus Christ. And Frenchie walks in on the scene.
Yep.
And, just freaking mortified. And, he's recording the whole thing, trying to get evidence because they're trying to do this the right way this time. That's like the whole thing is, they're trying to do this.
They are.
Not quite. So illegally,
right?
They're trying to fight superheroes with the law and everything.
So Huey, he's working with the government,
CIA?
FBI? I don't know if it's CIA. No,
I think it's CIA.
I think it's FBI.
Okay, FBI.
Working with the FBI.
One.
So Huey is kind of in charge of the boys right now.
He is.
He's giving them the orders.
Butcher has to answer to Huey, which is a huge turnaround. Yeah, because Huey was always kind of the little bitch of the group.
Yes. But yeah, what a scene. Like every time the boys gives us a scene like that, I literally I'm in shock and I just start laughing out loud because of just how creative and gruesome these body counts are.
Seriously, I don't know who is coming up with these murder ideas, but they might need to go see a psychiatrist.
They might, but they took those literal Ant-Man theories of Thanos. Yes. They were like, oh, Ant-Man should just crawl up Thanos'
his ass and grow to size.
And grow. They were like, okay, hold my beer. We'll do that shit. We'll have a guy crawl up in this dude's dick and just split him in half.
God. And then,
insane.
And then, he was trying to kill Frenchie the same way.
He was trying to crawl Frenchie's ass.
He was trying to crawl up Frenchie's ass and do the same thing to him and kill him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Because he didn't want any witnesses.
Welcome back to the boys.
Absolutely insane. I thought it was kind of funny, though, that they ended up beating Termite by just throwing him in a bag of cocaine.
Yes, yeah. And because he was so small, he just was overdosing so quickly.
It was just an astronomical amount of cocaine compared to his size.
Yeah. But yeah, so Huey is kind of in charge of the boys right now. We have MM on his own, doing his own thing, trying to be there for his daughter.
Yeah, he's not trying to be like his father, who was so obsessed with, work and everything.
Because so far it's been 12 months since the last season of The Boys.
Yeah, it's been a decent amount of time.
It has. So, everyone's just kind of getting their shit together, at least trying to, and move in a different direction of taking down these soups.
Well, then from there, the next big development that we see is Huey finds out Victoria Newman is a soup.
That's big for this story moving forward.
Yeah. And, you know, Huey, he thought he was finally doing this the right way.
Yep.
He just got so discouraged when he found out that Victoria, you know, was a part of this thing as well.
Yep.
He said, holy shit, this entire system is rigged. Fuck this. We're going back to the way we were doing things.
Yeah.
And we're just taking these guys off the map.
Yeah, because there's no other way to do it. And another big plot point as well is that we learn that Queen Maeve is giving Butcher information about the weapon and Soldier Boy information,
and gave him V24, which is the new developed compound V that gives you superpowers for 24 hours.
Temporary V.
Oh my god, holy shit! Do I love seeing Butcher use these powers?
And it's so ironic seeing Butcher on these powers because he just fucking hates Soup so much.
He fucking hates him.
Yeah.
Absolutely hates him, but
he's just leveling the playground.
Gotta fight fire with fire.
Right.
That's basically how he's thinking about it.
Yeah, I feel like at times Butcher's character can get a little stale. You know, he has a lot of the same mannerisms and whatnot. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. He hasn't had like too much character development.
No, and we get to see those small little moments when he does go and see Ryan.
Yeah, when he saw Ryan, we see a little bit of a softer side to him.
We do.
But then you know, he's already kind of reverting back to his normal asshole-ish self.
Yeah.
When, you know, basically told Ryan, like, you think I want to see you again after what you did to my wife?
Okay. But I think he did that on purpose so that that wasn't because he was being an asshole. I think he was trying to protect him.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't want Ryan getting too attached to him.
Because he doesn't want Ryan getting involved in all this and end up getting him killed as well.
Yeah.
Because he knows when, you know, these situations happen, there are going to be casualties.
Yeah, so I agree with you there. He was definitely trying to push him away.
Yes, he was. But yeah, going back to his character, you know, obviously I absolutely love Butcher in this show.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can get a little stale at moments with him.
I agree with you. Yeah. But you know, there's enough development going on in other areas that it doesn't take away from the show.
For sure.
You know, I mean, in any kind of storytelling, you have your characters that develop and you have your characters that stay the same. Yeah. Butcher's kind of one of those guys that stays the same, but you know, he's still a very
crucial
and an interesting person to watch.
For sure. Another plot point that I was not expecting was that Stormfront was still alive.
They said she was in the previous season. They said she was.
Did?
Yeah, they said that she was like arrested or like under careful watch or something like that. But she was like arrested, but you know, under intensive care because what happened to her?
Other intensive care. Well, she's just sitting in Homelander's room.
Yeah, dude, that was. Yeah. Do we even want to talk about that? Oh my god, that was so fucking weird. And honestly, I didn't even think about it till just now. Oh my god, that was so weird.
I mean, I think it is important because later on in episode 3, it gives us a pretty important plot point moving forward with Homelander.
Yeah, I mean, god. So yeah, one, obviously Homelander still loves Stormfront. We clearly see that. He goes up there, he still cares for her a lot. And he is obviously not about this whole Aryan race type shit that she wants. She Stormfront's whole thing, you know, she's a Nazi. She wanted the Aryan race to lead into the future, da 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 da. And then he was like, "What are you fucking talking about? I'm the perfect race. What are you talking about?" And all this whole conversation's going on while she's jerking him off.
Yeah,
with her one good hand. As the rest of her body is like she's missing 3 of her limbs. Half her face is burnt off.
And she could barely speak as is.
Yeah, and yet she's jerking them off while they're talking about the Aryan race. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
It is so crazy.
Oh my god!
But it's so funny too.
It is.
It's hilarious.
No, that scene was hilarious to me.
Well, that's the thing too. Is it tells us honestly more about Homelander's character as well. Not that we already did know this, but he just craves attention. He needs attention. Yeah. And like he said to Starlight,
dude, that scene was terrifying.
It was. He said, "I would prefer to be loved. I enjoyed being loved." But
he's like, being feared is A-okay
to me.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You know, because Starlight's whole thing with Homelander is she's safe because she has that footage of him letting that plane crash. Yeah. She's like, you know, she always threatens to release it, and Homelander's just getting sick of it. He's like, "Go ahead, release it, because if you do, I lose everything. But after I lose everything, I have nothing to lose." Yeah, and the first thing he said, "I'll go for the nerve centers, White House, Pentagon. Yep. Take all that shit out." And then then he said, "I'll take out internet, like satellites, shit like that." And then after that,
He said, I'll just take New York off the map.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it. and then I'll go to Des Moines and that hick town Maeve is from.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude. I went back and rewatched that scene like twice because the dialogue was so good.
It is.
And it's such a good point too.
Yeah.
Like when he started bringing that up, I was like, holy shit. Yeah, we don't want to take the love away from him.
No.
It's either he needs to die or he needs to have the attention that he wants.
Yes.
Otherwise, he's just gonna fucking go off the rails, and he can at that point he can literally do whatever he wants.
It's just like an evil Superman.
Yeah.
He can do what he wants. Let's talk about a few side characters on the show. I'm gonna start with the Deep for this one.
Oh my God.
The Deep is a character that you absolutely hated in the beginning, but he has honestly grown to be one of my favorite characters on the show.
I mean, I still fucking hate him, but he's hilarious.
He's so funny. He's so funny. He's just a dumbass as well. Like, and his version, like, he's like a version of Aquaman, but a useless Aquaman.
Well, I mean, I think his whole thing is like they're pointing out how useless Aquaman actually is.
Yeah.
Because I mean, come on, how many fights are going on in the water?
Yeah, I know, for real.
Protector of the deep from what?
That's actually a good point. What you bring up about how I think they're just mocking Aquaman.
That's exactly what they're doing.
They actually do that a lot in The Boys with mocking, what they did with Termite and Ant-Man's powers.
Yes.
With the dawn of the Seven. Remember they were like, oh, it was all thanks to you guys for release that whatever cut. Making fun of the release the Snyder cut.
The Snyder cut.
Yep.
Yes.
And that one scene in Endgame when Peter Parker was like to Captain Marvel, how you gonna get through all that? And she was like, don't worry, she's got backup, and all the girls start to show up.
Yes.
And they did that when they were filming the Dawn of the Seven, and you see Starlight and Queen Maeve show up or whatever, or no, Stormfront.
Yeah.
And once they cut that, they were like, this is so fucking stupid.
Dude, I swear that's also one thing that's amazing about The Boys is just how much freaking satire they put in there and how much they're able to make fun of like real movies that are going on.
Yes.
And oh my God, they just shit on it and it's hilarious.
It is hilarious. Now, it's honestly just a perfect representation of how the world would really be if superheroes did exist.
Seriously, like, I mean, come on, you're telling me that we have superpowered beings in the world and they're all going to be these altruistic, morally good people that want to help the world. Like that's exactly what our heroes are like. No, I guarantee you a bunch of them would be like, hey, I'll save your life, but I'm going to do what the fuck I want.
Well, not only that is, all these people at the top, you see
managing them, using it for money.
Well, I was going to say, you see how the world works with money and how greedy.
Very easy to become corrupted.
Yeah. And they're going to do what they can to try to squeeze a penny out of them.
Exactly.
The Deep has kind of had a character redemption for me. He's such a kiss ass now.
Yeah.
He is.
And that scene between him and A-Train and Homelander was hilarious.
It was really funny. But not to mention, he can't think for himself. His wife is making those decisions, literally and telling him what to say.
Telling him everything to do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let's take a minute for R.I.P. Timothy, the octopus he had to eat.
Oh my God, bro.
What a scene that was too.
Jesus Christ. And he was serving lobster before that.
So basically, the Deep wasn't going to eat any of this.
Yeah.
And he brings a special dish just for the Deep. And it's Timothy.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
He's begging for his life.
And it's just this live octopus that Homelander forces him to eat. And he's looking to...
Let's also mention how the Deep was previously in another scene fucking his wife and came while looking at the octopus.
Yep. And he was talking dirty talk to the octopus as well.
Grab my dick with all your arms.
And she's like, all of them?
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yep.
Bro, I swear, they have the most fucked up sexual shit in this show.
Oh, they do. This whole show is fucked up. And he's looking to his wife during this moment for support or comfort.
Yeah, like backup, like you don't have to do it, that type of thing.
And his wife texts him, eat the fucking octopus. And he's like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, bro. Obviously a power move from freaking Homelander.
Yeah. So I don't know what kind of an impact Deep is going to have later on in the show. It probably still could not be much, but we don't know.
You never know. I feel like, he might be this like surprise person that makes a big change.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like there's always those people that you sleep on and but then they come out of nowhere and like do something that makes a big deal.
All right, so let's move into another side character with A-Train.
Bro, I love A-Train.
I really do like A-Train too, even though he really pisses me off with some of the decisions that he makes.
Yeah, he's obviously not the brightest guy either.
No.
But I mean, to me, he's also been one of the more likable bad guys.
Yeah.
He's clearly all in this for the money. He stated that in previous seasons he was telling Starlight, you don't fuck with the money. Like that's literally all he cares about.
Yeah.
Because he came from nothing, but he had these powers. Also, not to mention, I love a good speedster. His powers are cool. And it's also why I'm so disappointed that his powers are like busted now because he destroyed his system with Compound V.
Yep. So his heart could burst at any minute.
Exactly. Well, I mean, they told him he could run again and it could be nothing.
Right.
Or he runs again and his heart explodes.
Yeah.
So it's one of the two.
But one of the funniest parts of the season has been Homelander just
absolutely berating him.
Oh my God, just minimizing him.
Yeah, for being overweight because overweight. Okay, he's slightly overweight.
For A-Train,
he's overweight. He's overweight. Yes. Yeah, and he was talking about how he has to eat 30,000 calories a day, and he's like, yeah, when you were actually running.
Yeah.
But now you're just eating your feelings, making us look ridiculous.
He's like, oh, what you drinking there? Shake Shack. Oh my God. And then when he's introducing Homelander on stage for his birthday, what does he say to him as he's walking away?
Fuck, he's like, I can see your G-string, you fat piece of shit, or something like that.
Bro, the way he belittles him is just, it's so funny.
It is absolutely hilarious.
And A-Train can't do shit.
No, he can't.
He whispered to himself, fuck you.
Yeah, he was like, fuck you, man.
And he's like, what did you say?
Yeah, because he can hear everything.
Yeah. Very good hearing.
So, and then he freaking goes up and threatens his ass with the eyes. Oh my God.
So yeah, it is really hard to see where A-Train's mind is at right now because he obviously fucking hates Homelander and he wants him dead. And it seems like he's willing to help, but then he kind of throws Starlight and Supersonic under the bus.
Not kind of. He did.
He does. So
he threw them under the bus.
He did.
Told Homelander about their plan to get him killed.
He did.
And the next thing we see is Supersonic's pulverized body on a rooftop.
But here's the thing. I don't know if that might actually help them. Because even though he threw Supersonic and Starlight under the bus, Homelander didn't mention anything about Queen Maeve. Because Queen Maeve is kind of like the root of where these plans are coming from, for Butcher and Huey and them.
Yeah.
So he didn't mention about, anything about Queen Maeve.
I don't know if Supersonic did know about Queen Maeve, but it's possible that Supersonic just didn't tell A-Train about Queen Maeve. Like maybe he just said me and Starlight.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. And I don't know. I guess Supersonic was just willing to die for them. But
dude, Jesus Christ. I mean,
that
makes me pissed at A-Train. Like, bro, you're getting absolutely abused by Homelander.
Yeah.
And yet you're still gonna try and win him back by telling him about these plans. Like, no, unless you have powers back, you're fucking useless to Homelander. He doesn't like you.
Honestly, it's kind of hard to know where all of the soups in the 7, where their mind is going to be at, because now we're starting to see flashbacks that, give us more background character of these soups and where their mind is at with Vought in general. Between, now we know where Queen Maeve's mind is at, but now we've been getting flashbacks as well as Black Noir, and he's not the biggest fan of Vought and Stan Edgar as well. As he was wanting to reveal his face to the world, but Stan Edgar was not gonna, during the 80s, not let a black man be, the face of the 7.
Yeah, and then we found out why he keeps his mask on all the time is because half his face got like melted during that fight.
Yep. So there actually could be quite a few surprises when this plan starts to come around of taking down 7 and Homelander.
I think Noir might. I think Noir might play a big role.
Noir might play a big role that we don't see coming.
Yeah, and but you never know what to expect from this show.
No,
you seriously don't. Like I honestly have no idea what is gonna happen every episode.
Yeah,
and that's why I love it so much.
Yeah,
It is not predictable at all.
It is not.
Same reason why I loved Invincible is because it was very hard to read, but it's so good.
I know, because honestly, if we wanted to, we could talk about every single character we come across on this show because there's so much fun to talk about.
Yeah.
And now another side character whose role has really progressed over these few seasons as well is Kimiko.
Yes, Kimiko has she has had a lot of character development.
Yes.
You know, obviously at first she's this savage animal basically. And couldn't communicate with anybody. And then we learn about her brother.
Yep.
Where she came from, how she got her powers,
how they communicated with each other.
Yeah. And you know, now she absolutely hates her powers.
Yeah.
And I mean, she
she always hated her powers.
We're just like finally learning how deep that hate actually goes for her powers.
Yeah.
She hates being this weapon, this monster in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and she was sick of Butcher taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of tension between that relationship. And the only reason that she's actually there is for Frenchie, because Frenchie's the only one she cares about.
Yeah. And, you know, Frenchie and Kimiko are both ready to get out of the boys, actually.
And, you know, every single time, this is one predictable thing I will say is every single time somebody says, we're going to do this, and then get out.
Yeah.
One of them's gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
And you know, we just saw Kimiko. She just took a heavy ass hit from Soldier Boy in episode 4.
Yep.
And she wasn't healing. And
but it wasn't from his fist.
No, it wasn't. It like came out of his chest.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And she wasn't healing from that.
No.
And you know, that was after he came out of his cryogenic freeze chamber.
Yep.
And you know, he's clearly been experimented on by
the Russians.
The Russians. Like we have no idea what they did to him.
Yeah.
But whatever they did to him, if it could harm Kimiko like that to the point where she's not healing, that bodes well for how that power would do against Homelander.
Yeah. Honestly, is it like a power where you get hit by it and it like reverses their compound V in their system or something?
I was going to say, it would have to attack compound V at the source and like just, you know, just make it not work at all.
Right.
Just like maybe like whatever cells it touches, it like kills the compound V in that cell.
Yeah.
And so that way you can't come back from whatever you just got hit with.
And obviously that one shot that Soldier Boy hit Kimiko with, that had been building up for a while. So now it's going to be, you know, how does this power work for him? What does it do? You know, how often can he use it?
We have a lot to learn about Soldier Boy coming up in the next few episodes.
Yes. So yeah, the boys, that group is kind of in shambles right now between Kimiko, you know, dying, Frenchie wanting to get out, MM obviously always not liking the way Butcher is doing things.
And Butcher obviously being the usual asshole that he is.
And Butcher and Huey using that temporary V.
Yes.
And Huey's character, I don't know, we might see a little change in his character with this temporary V.
Yeah.
Because he's always been the one picked on, always felt like a loser.
Yeah,
he takes his temporary V and he's liking this power. He's looking at his arm and just amazed that his broken arm healed so quickly.
Yeah, and he was just so freaking sick and tired of being the one that had to be saved, especially from Starlight. And you know, he was in the same room with Homelander, and he's just like, you know, I could die at any second.
Yeah.
Standing next to this guy, and he just was absolutely sick of this powerless feeling. And you know, what's gonna make you feel more powerful than taking freaking compound V?
So we might actually start to see little development in his character as well, because that was another character that I thought was kind of getting a little stale, was Huey's character, just always being told what to do.
Yeah.
You know,
well, I mean,
always having to get saved.
Beginning of this season, he his character was definitely changed. I mean, he was the one, you know, calling the shots and everything. He had a lot more confidence to him.
He did, but
was liking how things were going with Starlight.
Yeah. But that changes pretty quickly.
Yeah, it did, and it kind of went back to how things were.
Yeah, obviously with this show, as always, a lot of unknown, a lot to learn. I'm really excited to see how this is going to end for Homelander and what we're going to learn about Soldier Boy. I'm really looking forward to his character.
I want to know what his power. I want to see what his powers hold.
Yeah.
Speaking of powers, I was kind of disappointed we never saw supersonics, but whatever.
Yes.
I looked it up. Apparently, he can generate like sound waves, but
I mean, super strong.
That would have been super strength and can generate sound waves. That would have been cool to see it at least once, but whatever.
A lot to uncover with Victoria Newman still, and she gave her kid Compound V.
Yeah, she just gave her kid Compound V in the last episode. And I'm again curious how that works, because
Yeah.
I was like, I made this point while I was watching it. I was like, I thought they had to get it as infants. Like, you know, I mean, obviously they take Compound V better as children.
Yeah, so I think the point was that Compound V has a higher success rate, I think, when they're younger.
Yeah.
But it's still possible that they can, you know.
Yeah, you know, like Kimiko, she got her powers as an adult.
Right.
But also, she's the daughter of Victoria Newman, so we don't know. I mean, maybe kids of Soups are more adaptable to Compound V because they already have it in their system. And also, why wouldn't her kid already have powers? Because Homelander's kid has powers.
Right. I was actually thinking about that too, because Victoria Newman had this one line talking to Stan Edgar. She was like, "Oh, my daughter will rip my fucking spine out or something." And I was like, does she already have, you know, powers? As
I don't know. Maybe she was juicing her up even more. I don't know.
We'll see. Just something to protect her from Homelander.
Yeah, I mean, but it seemed like she didn't have V at all in her because like she was going through a whole change there.
Right.
And was like, oh my God, this hurts so bad.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And it was a specific recipe as well.
Yeah, I'm really not sure.
So yeah, a lot to uncover with the boys. This show has just been great from season 1. I'm loving it so far, and I have no doubt in my mind that it's gonna be one hell of a finish as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, honestly, I think I'll just say this could possibly be my favorite superhero show.
So if it's not your number 1 superhero show yet, then what is it going up against?
That's a good question. It's hard to compare it to something because this is the most like episodes we've ever gotten out of a superhero show.
Well, with superpowers like this,
yeah,
you know, but
I
mean, if you're like comparing it to like, you know,
Daredevil and Punisher and shit like that,
those are still superhero shows technically.
Technically, yeah, but we've never seen like a superhero show with powers on this level. Like those are normally like kind of lower level people, more grounded, more real.
Well, and the reality of superheroes and the gruesomeness of it, we've never gotten it like quite like this in a live action.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been one of my favorite shows that we've gotten in the last, 5 years for sure. So yeah, we'll give another review once we get the last 4 episodes of The Boys.
Yep.
Looking forward to it very much.
Episodes are dropping every
Friday.
Every Friday on
Amazon Prime, obviously. Don't sleep on Amazon Prime. They actually have a lot of good shows.
They do have a lot of good shows.
So yeah, that's going to do it for this review, halfway mark of The Boys Season 3. If you're listening to this on podcast, we appreciate you listening. And if you haven't already, go check out our other social media platforms as well. Go ahead and follow us on TikTok at Blake's_takes1, YouTube at Blake's Takes, Twitter, Takes_Blake. I guess Blake's Takes was already taken. And on Instagram as well at Blake's Takes_. Where we post a bunch of videos as well, especially on TikTok. We're posting on there every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks for getting us to listen. I'm your host, Blake. As always with me, my co-host, Garrett. And we will see you next time on Blake's Takes.
See you guys.